Welcome back to the podcast When Humor Meets Reality with myself, Millennial mentor Amanda. So, I have lots of thoughts in life, and especially being a mama and a woman, we have those lovely tabs, like a computer screen, that are open. And there's always so many open. And I always get so fascinated with men. Not all men. Again, I'm not stereotyping. There are women that don't have this many tabs open. But if this sounds like you, where you have so many tabs open, so many things, even if you don't have kids, you have your job, you have home renos you might want to get done, or bills you need to pay, or the groceries that you need to pick up, or an activity that you're in. So there's always all those different things that you need to be on top of, and understanding that with men, a lot of the times they have one or two tabs. And so what I find very fascinating, and I think is something that we almost need to take out of their book, is the fact that, yes, being productive is beneficial. We have things to do. There are deadlines. We do have jobs that need to be completed. However, we can only successfully accomplish so many things at a time. So what I find very fascinating with this is the fact that with men, often, and some women, same with women, some women have it like this, some men have it like the open tabs like crazy. So with men, they have one or two things. And that means, in such a frustrating way, women, that they can actually rest, that they understand to an extent what rest means, how rest is for them. And they understand that when they have a task to get done, we find it so frustrating. And that's why men and women work, I guess, sometimes. Because you have the women that kind of want to get things done, and the men who have that kind of ability to slow down and to balance it all. So I know when I ask my husband to do something, he'll get there. He'll do it. He is very capable of doing it. But if his body is not ready for it, he doesn't want to push himself. And yes, there's a fine line between being like lazy and not doing anything and then doing too much. So this is, listen to this with a grain of salt, and understand that it's important to just acknowledge. All I'm doing here is acknowledging that ability, and this is where my rhythm method comes in, that ability to focus on one or two and truly listen inwards to their body. They are arriving in their present moment. They're able to presently be there within the realm, within their work, within what have you. And don't get me wrong, sometimes they don't seem present as they're scrolling through their phones or whatnot. But the gist of it is the fact of being present and not multitasking like crazy, not having all of these things to do. And in turn, they're also listening to their body. So if we're needing all these things done and they're exhausted, at times they'll just slow down and they'll do the tasks, but it'll take them a bit longer. And so understanding that as women, we can actually do that. We do not need to say yes to everything. That script that we needed to follow, if you can relate with me, I was born Catholic, grew up Catholic, no longer Catholic. It's not that I don't believe in a higher power or I don't respect religion. Of course, to each their own, 100%. My thing is that there were so many things, especially shame and guilt in the societal realm of culture, that was ingrained in me at a very young age. And so I felt that I needed to follow the script, that I needed to do what my parents were saying happens in life. So you graduate from high school, most likely have gotten a job before that. You go to school, post-secondary education, you get a professional job, you get married, get a house, have kids, the whole shebang. And I remember last year being in my house, extremely grateful. My family, I have a husband and 2 young girls, very grateful. Like, none of that am I saying is not what I wanted. I am so grateful. My understanding, awareness, and ability to now have more compassion for myself is following something that I don't think I ever wanted. And I just felt like I needed to, because that was the only way forward. So with my career, I am forever grateful for it because I've gained so many things from it, so many skills, so much understanding. But ultimately, I want to move in a more aligned way, and I want to be able to help other women, other mamas out there to understand that even though slowing down feels incredibly unsafe, it feels incredibly unsafe because we were ingrained with that. We were ingrained in the sense of productivity matters more than rest, that we need to earn rest. And what a joke that is, because it's not true. And I know even now, more and more in understanding, being able to heal. I'm still on my healing journey from my concussion a year and a bit ago, but understanding how important it is to rest so that you can be more productive. There's a reason why in other countries working 4 days a week is more productive than 5, because you aren't burning yourself out. You aren't pushing with nothing left, with no capacity left. So if this resonates with you at all, if you're like, wow, yep, the religion factor, yep, the societal pressures, saying no, what's that? Understanding that you can trust yourself and that what you know actually matters, even though for years you might have been told that you're too emotional, you have too much energy, you maybe this is the only way forward, like we know best. But no, because ultimately your body knows what you need. And so to start listening inwards and understanding how important that is matters way more. So thinking about what you could even do today, and something that is fascinating is just being able to arrive in our bodies, but truly feeling the ground beneath our feet. So wherever you are, if you're sitting at your desk working, you're outside, if you're at the beach, wherever, if you have your shoes on, that's fine too. But if you can, take your shoes off and just plant your feet right where you are. And just sense what's there. And it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like, this is so stupid. Why am I doing this? The point of it is understanding that we're grounding into our own inner understanding, our own awareness. And by grounding in, we are able to be more aware of what our body is actually needing. So try that out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I really am grateful and excited for upcoming courses that I have going on, workshops, and ultimately my daily reset bundle supports you every single week. There's literally a day 1 to day 7 setup that you could use every single day, with 3 audios to use throughout the week, 3 to 5 minutes, and with cards that you can use as well. There are 18 cards, so 3 for each step, basically. So you have the arrive, listen, soften, notice, respond, and integrate. And those are all there that you can, I've literally cut them out for myself, and I look at every time I need just a little 60 seconds. So take a look, comment on here, DM me on Instagram, message me in whatever way works for you, email me, and I'd love to hear from you because your voice matters, and I truly believe how important community and connection is. With gratitude, Amanda.